bozo. Mr. J's on the rebound, baby. My comeback party's gonna set the whole town on fire.
Hello, YouTube. Bomb Squad's back in town. Hi, I am your host, Tim M. Sullivan, and with me I have...
Hi, I'm Tanner Richard Kraft.
Hello, it is me, the Christopher Walken gang member. Nah, I'm Joseph Brannick.
And today we are joined...
I will bring that guy up.
Today we are joined by a special guest who is new to the channel. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Mando Franco, also known as El Batmando. And I'm joining Bomb Squad Productions today to discuss a topic very near and dear to my heart.
That's right.
And that is Batman.
Hell yeah. Since you're a first-timer, why don't you tell the class a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Mondo. I'm an Aquarius. I like long walks on the beach and Panda Express.
Hell yeah.
No, but really,
Yeah.
No, I'm a genre filmmaker over in the St. Louis area. Tim and I have worked together a couple times. We are just celebrating the picture lock on a feature film called Reaper Road, and
That's
will
right.
be coming out next year.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, I am a huge Batman fan, so this is a topic that is really near and dear to my heart. So any excuse to talk about Batman, I'll take.
Hell yeah, absolutely. And we're not just talking Batman specifically. We are talking Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker. This is going to be a fun ep. I love to talk about Batman Beyond. But before we get into the Batman Beyond movie, let's just talk a little bit about Batman Beyond the franchise, the cartoon, the spin-off comics, the little bit of other media that has been made for Batman Beyond. We'll start with Joe.
Alright, so, kind of my thoughts and history with Batman Beyond. Funnily enough, I don't have much with it. I do like, for the record, from everything that I have seen of it, I don't think I've seen the entire series, but I know I've seen enough of it to just kind of get the general gist of it. I actually really like Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond, weirdly enough, I vividly remember when it kind of started. Granted, I was probably significantly way too young for when it started. I think it was 98, 99 when it started.
Yeah, right around then.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, so I would have been good God, maybe 3 or 4 whenever I initially learned what Batman Beyond was. But it didn't stop me from catching the occasional episode because, oh my God, it's fucking Batman.
Exactly.
But it was it's it's been with me for as long as I can literally can remember, from when I was actually able to develop memories, funnily enough. So it's been around for that long, and I don't have too much history with it outside of I've seen enough of it to be oh yeah, I like it. I'll say this too, because this was in that era of comic books getting the futuristic update, where it's they're in the far off distant future and everything's Blade Runner. And I have to admit, I think out of every comic character around that point that went in that direction, I think Batman's probably the best one to have done it. There are some interesting other heroes that have got the 2099 universe in particular is pretty interesting. Famously, Spider-Man, that's probably the best of the 2099s. Punisher 2099 is very interesting. He has a cryogenic freeze prison in his basement where he keeps criminals. and he punishes them later. It's very fascinating. Dumb as shit, but very fascinating. But yeah, out of those, out of that era of comics that went to the future and somebody else takes up the mantle of X famous superhero, I would say Batman Beyond's probably the better one. That's just kind of my brief history with Batman Beyond. Brief. Back to you, Tim. I'll pass it off.
Hell yeah, good stuff. Just going off of that Punisher thing you were talking about, because this is something that was brought up in the IMDb trivia for the movie, and it's also something that comes up in Paul Dini's autobiographical novel Dark Knight. He had an idea for Batman Beyond where I guess at some point Bruce was just gonna get sick and tired of constantly sending the Joker to prison only for him to escape, so he's just gonna build a prison in the Batcave and just feed the Joker in his little box. And they were just the studio's just like, no, that's too dark even for Bruce. We can't do that. Tanner,
be efficient, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Tanner's off doing something. So Mando, thoughts on Batman Beyond?
I mean, it's really cool. I'm a big fan. I watched it when I was a kid. About a year or so ago, I started rewatching the full series on HBO Max. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just a really cool kind of sequel series. And it's, not everything lines up with. I mean, there's so many different takes on the lore, but it's a really cool sequel series. Just kind of going another direction. I mean, we still got Kevin Conroy as Batman, which is really fucking cool. And it feels kind of like, because it's in the future, it goes a lot more kind of horror sci-fi with the villains and the even the mystery of the week or whatever. All the criminals and crimes are future-esque as well.
Yeah.
So it's if it was just it's still catching criminals, but everything is elevated to fit the time. There's DNA splicing, and it's the new thing. There's an episode where it's teens are getting animal DNA spliced into them, and they're becoming hybrid human animals, and that's the cool thing. I'm okay. It goes a little EC comic sometimes, horror-esque. And I dig it. And it's really cool. And I like when we delve into the past and we learn things. There's a Mr. Freeze episode where Mr. Freeze is, speaking of cryogenics, he's frozen. Victor Freeze comes back and faces off Batman Beyond at one point, which is kind of cool. So, in a nutshell, man, I dig it. I'm a fan.
Hell yeah, good stuff. Tanner, thoughts on Batman Beyond as a franchise?
Batman Beyond as a franchise. What are my thoughts on it? That is a great question. So, what I will say is that when Batman Beyond started, I wasn't even 1 year old yet.
Little baby man.
My first.
I'm a fucking old guy.
My first birthday wouldn't be for another month or so when the show debuted. That being said, I caught a bunch of reruns on it on Cartoon Network. Typically, I watched a lot of Nickelodeon Cartoon Network growing up, and depending on the hour, you could probably find some reruns of Batman Beyond going on in Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I know it's big on Toonami.
I'm pretty confident. That too. I'm pretty confident I have seen every episode of this show at some point. In order? No. Absolutely not. Not in order. I could not tell you a thing that happens in the show. Only because, it's so fractured because of how long it goes. I'm pretty sure I know more about Batman Beyond's cameo appearance in Static Shock than I know about his actual show itself.
This guy says it's Beyonce.
It's a great show, though. I remember liking a lot of episodes. I think it's an interesting addition to the Batman mythos, the idea of Bruce when his body literally can't go on anymore, and then some other random unrelated child, unrelated child.
Don't worry about
comes
it.
on later on. I'm building to that. Comes in and takes the mantle, and I think it's like an interesting character development for Bruce, for him to trust someone like that in a way. Especially in this world where Robin has not been a thing for a very long time. It's very interesting, and I like it that way. And no, those episodes of Justice League Unlimited where they revisit Batman Beyond, and Amanda Waller's like, yeah, I stole Bruce Wayne's semen and shit, and you're actually a clone of Batman, so technically Bruce is your dad, or whatever the fuck happened. Not canon. Not canon. I don't like that shit. I hate fucking everything has to be connected bullshit in comics. I hate it when Spider-Man does it. I don't like it when Batman does it. That being said, Terry McGinnis is a cool character. It's so 90s it hurts. However, part of me also, I'm grateful for Batman Beyond, because if it wasn't for Batman Beyond, we would not have gotten Spider-Man Unlimited, which is not a good show, but you should watch it anyway. Back to you, Tim.
Fair enough. I remember, I think, catching like bits and pieces of Spider-Man Unlimited and just being like, he's got the web cape, that's neat. That's all I remember.
The suit's great. The suit's fucking fantastic. That's kind of the only, it's just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah. But yeah, good thoughts all around. Yeah, my time to shine, hello. Batman Beyond is my shit. It is my jam, my jelly, my peanut butter, and my peanuts. I love Batman. Everybody here loves Batman. Everybody loves Batman. No shit. But Batman Beyond, that was my fucking niche. I think about it a lot and how much it, like, informed sort of my tastes in art going forward. It sort of informed the music that I would be into and, just the visual aesthetics of like sci-fi stuff that I would be into, and like it's interesting. Just kind of, I love the origin story of how Batman Beyond came to be. So like basically, it was like 1997 or something. Paul Dini and Bruce Timm were told by the WB that they had to make a show where Batman was in high school. And it was just like, you got to do it. You don't really have a choice, and they rightfully thought that idea was stupid, but they ran with it. And they made something really interesting with it. It's just like, okay, Batman, it has to be in high school. Doesn't have to be Bruce Wayne. So we make a new Batman. We put him in the future. We got all this edgy shit going on. And it worked. It worked so well. And they had, like, Batman is known for having a really great rogues gallery of villains, and then, like, they do dip into that old rogues gallery a little bit, but it never feels like forced member-berry nostalgia bullshit. But they do also give Terry his own really cool rogues gallery. Like, you got, Blight is a really cool villain. Shriek, Ink. You got a lot of really cool recurring villains and just really interesting storytelling. Terry's a great character. Just really fun to follow around. My wife wants to adopt Terry McGinnis as our son. She loves Terry McGinnis. Yeah, just a lot of really cool stuff with Batman Beyond. And Warner Brothers needs to stop being cowards and do more with Batman Beyond as a concept. Because, like, I remember I think it was, like, the Pokemon the First Movie tape that I had when I was a kid, had, like, the first teaser for this movie, where it was just, some, like, menacing voiceover saying cryptic shit over the Joker laughing, and then it was just like, Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker, the first ever feature-length Batman Beyond movie. And 25 years later, it is still the only feature-length Batman Beyond movie, and that shit pisses me off. Make another one. It's not for lack of trying.
This time, the Joker is wild.
Yeah. It's, like, legit, it's not for lack of trying. So many directors have tried to make a Batman Beyond thing. Like, even just a couple years ago, some animators were trying to get, like, an animated Batman Beyond project going at Warner Brothers, and they were just like, okay, that's really cool. We're not gonna do it, but this is a really cool project you've presented us. And, God, they just need to stop being cowards and give the people what I specifically want. Batman Beyond forever and ever for 100 years. But with all that said, we're just gonna get right into this picture. Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker.
The new boy. Ears are too long and I miss the cape, but not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Woof!
What are our overall thoughts on this film? We'll start with Mando.
I mean, it's pretty damn cool. You kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of a surprise because with the show, you never really knew what happened to the Joker. I mean, he didn't have an official death. The closest thing you got was in Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets blown up. And the only reason that happens is because that was supposed to be the farewell to the show.
Yeah.
And all it was just really popular. It's like, well, I guess we had to keep the show going.
Mm.
So that's kind of why Joker kind of gets killed off at the end of Mask of Phantasm. But you never really know what happened to him. Just that obviously he's old. He died. The only true nod to the Joker you get in the show are, well, a couple things. There's the Jokers, which is the gang of, Joker wannabes, which in some way are kind of freaky and terrifying in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's an episode where, I forget the exact episode, but there's like an initiation thing with a gang. I think it is the Joker gang.
Yeah.
It's an episode of Beyond in the first season where there's an initiation thing and they got to go into like some cave or something, and they have a skeleton with like Joker's wardrobe on. So you're assuming that, like, oh shit, like there's Joker's dead body. That's kind of the only real nod you get to Joker. There's not any big real talk of him. So when he comes back in the movie, it's kind of like, well, where's he been? And like, Bruce Wayne is so shocked because he's like, he's dead. I was there, So it is kind of cool the way we get a flashback to that night that the Joker died, and it's some of the best material for the Joker and Batman himself, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really cool flashback where we see Batman young again. But overall, man, it's really cool. It's a really good way to blend old school with new school, and it just works so well. And I feel like the best use of the Joker has always been in animation. Like, we get cool Jokers in live action in movies, but the truly best use of Joker has been in animation, man. Like, Mask of the Phantasm is probably some of the best use of Joker ever across any kind of medium.
Mm-hmm.
Next to comics.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's just the fact that he took Robin and did something really fucked up with him and learns about Bruce Wayne. Yeah, like that scene is just like fucking good. I'm not talking about just for a cartoon. I just mean in general. It's just really fucking good. Yeah, but yeah, man. Overall, I mean, I'm sorry I'm going on a huge tangent here, but I fucking love this movie. It's a strong 4.5 out of 5 for me. It's just really good with the lore and the mythology, and also a fresh take in a new world. Getting Mark Hamill back is like the best thing you could have done. And it works on some levels. It's like legit good.
Hell yeah.
And it's very sci-fi horror, like the way Joker comes back. It's gonna be one seen it if you haven't, you're 20 years too late. But like the fact that he kind of hid his DNA inside Tim Drake is like, what the fuck? It's very sci-fi horror, which is pretty neat, very Jekyll and Hyde, which is a really cool idea. Like, that's a huge twist, man. I would have never thought of that. Like, how did he come back?
Yeah.
I would have never thought that. Like, that's something I probably couldn't have made up. Most people probably couldn't have, but I think it's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll shut up now.
Yeah, you're good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Tan, thoughts on Return of the Joker?
All right. So I rewatched this movie yesterday in anticipation of this recording, and I had not seen the movie for at least 10, maybe 12 years prior. When I was 15, I basically watched every Batman movie that was available to me. It's great. It's great stuff. I don't think this is necessarily excuse me. My throat betrays me. I don't necessarily think this is Dini and Tim's best work with Batman, if only because that will forever be Batman Mask of the Phantasm. But this is pretty great too. It really just launches you right into the action, which I kind of appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's like just there's no time to think. It's just immediately like boom, deal with it, and you're like, whoa, okay, I guess we're doing this now. It's kind of fun. Really, I mean, if you like the Batman Beyond TV show, you will like this. I think it's had a lot of great action sequences. I think what Mando was saying in terms of expanding upon the lore is interesting. I will say Joker being like, I don't know, the type of guy to be like, I did an experiment. I did a great technology on you. Feels a little out of character to me, for him to be like, I'm a genius that can put a fucking microchip on a guy and then I can take over his body 20 years later. Feels a little off to me, but I think it's ultimately fun and exciting. So who cares if a character really acts that out of character? I just saying that, you know, watching the movie for the first time in 10 years yesterday, I just remember his explanation being like, I use Jason Todd as my great... Not Jason Todd.
It's basically a Jason Todd
Wait, is it Jason Todd?
No, it's Tim Drake.
No, it's Tim Drake.
It's Tim Drake, but it's basically a Jason Todd stand-in for this story.
It's Tim Drake.
Yeah. Tim Drake.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, that's a kind of a good point. It's sort of death in the family, except there was no death in the family. There was just
trauma in the family.
Much worse thing, arguably. Jason got to die at least.
But then he had to come back.
He became the Red Hood.
Oh yeah, but that was like 40 years later. Who cares? Or 20 years later. Like, who gives a shit? Jason got to be dead for a while, which in comics, that's a rare thing. Characters getting to die and stay dead for a meaningful period of time.
You only stay dead if your name's Uncle Ben.
Remember that saying used to be you only stay dead if you're Uncle Ben, Bucky, or Jason Todd? And then Bucky and Jason Todd came back. So, well, only Uncle Ben gets to stay dead. Except that one time. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. I think the action sequences are really good. I don't think it has a super strong emotional core, but who cares? It's like a great pulpy Batman story. It feels like a classic, like honestly 5-10 issue miniseries from the comics that I would have a lot of fun reading. I would devour something like this as a teenager. Performances all around are great. I love Mark Hamill kind of gets to stretch his legs a bit as an actor when he voices the douchebag CEO, whatever that guy's name was. I think that's fun that he gets to stretch his legs a little.
Price.
Yeah, Price. Thank you. All the performances are really great. I think Will Friedle gets lots of run here. He doesn't interact with Bruce as much as he does in the show, which is nice. He gets a lot of run to just be Terry, be Batman, which is good. Overall, I think it's a solid movie. Doesn't quite have an emotional punch like Phantasm does, but it's a good, great, even pulpy story. all-star cast. I mean, beyond who I already said, you know, Hamill, Conroy, you know, you got some other great actresses here. Like, okay, well, purely speaking of talent, you got Tara Strong's in here, Frank Welker's in this, Michael Rosenbaum's in this, who later went on to play Lex Luthor. Michael Rosenbaum, I'm like 99% sure, by the way, is the Christopher Walken voice.
Yes, and
guy.
I have stuff for that later.
Yeah, the scarecrow.
The ghoul, yeah.
I forgot he was in the movie because his name is in the opening credits. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't remember this. And then when you hear him talk, he's like, yeah, even no. I'm like, oh, fucking Rosenbaum's doing Walken. That's, I see what you're doing.
It's great. I love Michael Rosenbaum. All in all, great movie. Great stuff. Not the best Batman movie, but great stuff. Back to you, Tim.
Yeah, good stuff. I was just gonna say the story behind the Michael Rosenbaum, Christopher Walken thing was that, like, he was a voice on the show, and I guess he would just like do a Christopher Walken impression in the booth, and they just thought that was the funniest shit ever. So they were just like, we're gonna write a character for your Christopher Walken impression and put it in the movie, which I love that. That's just a good bit. All right, Joe.
I had a fucking joke here, but I can't fucking construct it, so I will just ruin the kind of joke I had already because, well, I mean, we made this in the group chat because the fucking when you abbreviate the title, Return of the Joker, it's ROTJ, and I wanted to make a Return of the Jedi joke here, but I could not construct one. And I've already done I was already expecting this, but then all of a sudden, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah shows up. On to Return of the Joker, though. Yeah, it's good. It is no Mask of the Phantasm, but if you judge any of those other, like, Batman animated movies on that level, of course it's not going to be that good. Because, I mean, come on, it's Batman Mask of the Phantasm. It's the best one. Like, that movie set such a high bar that it's almost impossible to overtake it. This one is pretty close to that level. I would say it's one of the best ones. You guys talked a lot about the very the arguably no, it's not arguably. It is the most memorable scene of this entire special. It's the part where I go, look how they massacred my boy the whole time. The Tim Drake torture scene.
Yeah.
Which, Jesus H. Christ, look how they fucking massacred my boy. My favorite Robin. Jesus H. Christ, what have they done to my poor boy? But man, oh man, like, they can't do Death in the Family. It's too graphic and dark, and it'll scare the kids. Fuck it. Okay, here we go. We'll traumatize them even worse. So somehow they made it even worse. That scene is not only very well written and very well performed and animated, but it fucking sticks with you. Fucking otherwise, I think Tanner. I'll go into my critiques because I'm already starting to blank a bit. I'll go into my critiques. I'm kind of in the same boat with Tanner about the Joker's whole coming back to life bit. It feels a little out of character, and it's maybe a little too goofy. But that's kind of one of those minor nitpicks where you're just like, look, the Joker can fucking make these laughing gas bombs and do all sorts of shit. You can let it slide. It's comic book logic. It's one of those things that's kind of a...
He is a genius. He's just insane. So I wouldn't put it past him, but you're right. Yeah.
This is true. He's a bit of a genius, but...
He's got those Ash Williams brains that come out in Army of Darkness, where suddenly he's a genius fucking engineer.
But yeah, it's something I can kind of put aside. Comic book logic. What else? What was the other thing that I had? I'm kind of blanking on it, but overall, it's a pretty fun movie. It's got fun action. It looks nice. The voice cast is talented. Completely fucking forgot that Melissa Joan Hart's in this. I pulled a Tanner on the specials and was like, "Is that Melissa Joan Hart?" Go watch her episode on the specials later. Fun times. I might have a couple of things to bring up in general discussion, so I'll just give it back to you, Tim.
Hell yeah, good stuff. All right, yeah. As we've all kind of alluded to, like, Mask of the Phantasm is sort of the gold standard for Batman movies, certainly Batman animated movies. And I think I would say that that is the better Batman movie. This one, I think, has maybe a little bit more of a special place in my heart, though, even if it's not quite as good. Mostly because this was the one that I watched as a kid. Like, I had this tape. I watched that tape over and over and over again as a kid. Absolutely loved it, and still absolutely love it as an adult. Even if I am, a little more conscious of its seams and more conscious of the fact that this had probably a smaller scale budget. Because, Mask of the Phantasm was made for theaters, and this was made for the home video market, but it still looks really good, still has really great animation. Shout out to Tokyo Movie Shinsa, the studio that did a bunch of the animation. They made it look real cool and good, real smooth. It's got all the great visuals and music that you love in the show, and they bring it to the big screen. Really good movie. Love it. We've all alluded to the death of the Joker sequence, which I definitely think is the highlight of the movie. It's such a strong scene, and honestly, like, that scene might be my favorite Batman animated series moment. It's such a strong, just like, Bruce scene. You see him like crack a little bit in a way that you don't really ever see him crack in any other at least no other Kevin Conroy Batman thing. But it also, it understands that thing about Batman that, like, Zack Snyder tends to forget, where it's just like, yeah, you want Batman to be dark, but you don't want him to be, like, so, like, fucking edgy. Like, you have to find a balance with Batman, and, like, this movie still understands that. It is funny, though, how, like, that scene, basically that scene alone landed this movie with a PG-13 initially, because, like, most of the edits that were made to the, like, edited for kids VHS version were clips from that scene. Like, they took out some of the blood, and they, like, changed some hookers that they questioned to, like, a couple. But the big one is, like, the Joker's actual death, which in the uncensored version was him, like, Tim Drake shooting him with the bang gun.
That's not funny. That's not...
But in the censored for children version, it was Tim Drake pushing him into a lab and getting him, like, soaked in water, and then him slipping and falling and pulling a lever, and you just hear him getting electrocuted and screaming off screen. Which is, like, way more fucking horrifying than the PG-13 version of his death. But I guess the logic was just like, well, in the PG-13... In the PG-13 one, he, like, Tim Drake makes the conscious choice to kill him, but in this, there's some plausible deniability that it's an accident. Like, I get that logic, but it's still just so much more fucked up in the kids' version.
Also,
Yeah,
like,
it's
hilarious.
really
Just like a
kind of-
fucking comedy of errors. Like, oops.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, a lot of it's played in silhouette,
Mm-hmm.
you know, which is kind of like, I don't know, like artistically, like it's pretty neat. It's a cooler visual death, but yeah, it's bleak as fuck with the
Yeah.
just shooting him with the bang flag,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
But,
for sure.
dude, just to piggyback on that, man, that is some of the best material, like, because it's the only time in that you see in the animated universe that Joker finds out that Bruce Wayne's Batman. There's an episode in the original series, where the animated series, where thinks it might be Bruce Wayne, and then like Robin Dick Grayson shows up, dressed literally as Bruce Wayne, like he's standing on stilts. He's got like a rubber mask on, fully in disguise as Bruce Wayne. Like what, you know?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that happens, unless it's a different villain, but I'm pretty sure it was Joker. But yeah, when he finds out it's Bruce, and he's like, well, it's kind of anticlimactic. Like this whole time under that cape and cowl, you're just an orphan crying for mommy and dad. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
that's fucked. It's so fucking strong,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, for sure. It's such a good scene that like really gets at the roots of Bruce Wayne, Batman. But even, you know, beyond that scene, we just have a lot of really good Terry McGinnis stuff too. Like, you have that scene where Bruce tells him to give back the suit, and we kind of see, you know, Terry kind of reckoning with who he's become and like everything that he's done up to this point, which, like, when I was watching this with my wife the other night, he was like talking about how I'm not like those other kids you took in. Then he describes basically the prerequisite list for all of the kids he's taken in. She's like, bro, you are describing every Robin right now. But yeah, he has some really interesting character moments, and it's just, again, like you were saying, a lot of great action stuff. Like I kind of talked about this in the John Wick Chapter 4 episode. The club fight scene in that movie looks a lot like the club fight scene in this movie, where it's just music's bumping and there's water everywhere and people are just getting the shit beat out of them. Yeah, just real fun stuff. Real good movie, and we'll talk a bit more about it after a brief commercial break. We'll see you in a bit.
So you fell in a tank of acid, got your skin bleached, then decided to become a supervillain. What? You couldn't get work as a rodeo clown?
Don't you dare laugh at me!
Why? I thought the Joker always wanted to make Batman laugh.
You're not Batman!
Welcome back from that ad break. Time for another ad. MoviePalette.com. It's a website where you can get these art pieces with thin lines of color representing the dominant color of each frame of a movie. Got one up there for the film Mandy. Tanner's got one for the film Punch Drunk Love. You can get one for any movie palette. Or you can get a movie palette for any movie you want to get. You could probably get one for Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, or one for Mask of the Phantasm. They probably got movie palettes for a bunch of different Batman movies. Hell, if you really wanted, you could get one for episode 8 of The Penguin. I don't know. Go to moviepalette.com, add one to your cart before you check out, enter the code SQUAD15 to save 15% on your order. Thanks for watching. Now we're in a general discussion. One thing I wanted to bring up about this movie is that boy, can you tell that this movie was made in the year 2000 and not 1 year later. This movie could not have been made. This movie could not have been made post 9/11. Joker is just a straight up terrorist in this movie. He literally uses the words ground zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that is something that I think about, because like I have revisited this movie many times, both in childhood and in adult life, and watching it as an adult, I'm always just like, man, they really just could not have gotten away with that even a little bit later.
So, 9/11 happened in the Marvel Universe. There's a very famous comic panel of a bunch of villains crying on Ground Zero. It's really stupid. Why would Magneto care? Why does Doctor Doom care? Not the point. Doctor Doom's not even American. Fuck off. Anyway, not the point. Do you guys think 9/11 happened in the DC universe? Or an equivalent thereof?
No.
I mean...
The DC universe is way too different from our universe for 9/11 to be it. 9/11 happens like 6 different times in the DC universe.
A week.
Yeah, a week, exactly.
Why the fuck does anyone live in Gotham? There's fucking mutant crocodiles crawling around in the sewer. I don't care how low the rent is.
I'm remembering a comic panel where somebody in Metropolis is going, I'm going to Gotham where it's safe.
Fuck off. What you got to imagine that like rural areas are more popular in the DC universe, because every major city there's like, oh, another giant fucking squid attacking the city. Love this shit.
Yeah.
Superman pummeled Brainiac through 6 different buildings.
But you know what? You know where Superman never goes? Sorry, Joe. Omaha, Nebraska. Nothing's happening in Omaha, Nebraska.
They got corn.
Yeah. Yeah, even in like the bigger city area, it's just like they have the one superhero and he's just kind of chilling, like nothing's really happening.
Reminds me how in the comics, Kane, one of the clones of Spider-Man, just went to Houston, and like the citizens of Houston were like, "This is fucking awesome!" Like everyone in New York fucking hates superheroes because there's a bazillion of them, but in Houston they're like, yo, holy shit, we got one of those Spider-Mans. This is awesome.
Yeah, that'd probably be Omaha, just like, oh my god, we got a Spider-Man.
Yeah, but you guys aren't good enough for a Spider-Man. What the fuck does Omaha get? You get a fucking...
If we had a Spider-Man, he'd be very restricted in where he could go.
Yeah, there's not a lot of swinging going on. You need like
You'd literally have to be just in the city area, and that's it.
We'll assign the Whistler, or Whizzer, whatever the fuck that one speedster in the Marvel Universe is. That's who gets to go to Omaha, Nebraska.
The Rizzler?
The one that sounds like a piss joke.
The Rizzler's going to be in Omaha, Nebraska?
Actually, yes. Tomorrow night. Get your tickets now.
Tanner, I want to go home. Why are you making me not want to go home?
6'7". 6'7". It's a child. He's like 6. The fuck you mean, fuck that kid?
Speaking of 6'7" specifically, like I do love the slang in Batman Beyond, the like shway and slag it, and I think now like it's probably going to be so much fucking dumber because I am assaulted with Gen Alpha memes every day at my workplace. Fucking 6'7" skibbity
6'7"
bullshit is gonna be in the Batman Beyond universe.
Skibbity toilet.
Yeah.
Skibbity toilet.
No, you know what? It has 15.
So,
it has 15 years to get so much dumber.
It's not quite as futuristic as it's not quite as futuristic as Batman Beyond. But there is the Dark Knight Returns animated movie, which is almost straight up panel for panel. It's really awesome, but I was thinking about the slang and terminology that the teens have, especially the mutants, like the gang. It's like, Batman don't shiv, you see, Batman nasty.
Yeah.
Ooh, chicken legs, like all the weird fucking lingo they have. It's pretty fucking hilarious. So I was thinking about that too, is like slag it. You know, there were like all those words they were saying, but then I was thinking about, Batman don't shiv, you see, Batman nasty.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You know, like they even taught, like their grammar's all kind of fucked up too. It's like mandatory, as in be there or some shit. Like it's really random fucking way they talk, which I think is funny. I just piggyback on that.
Yeah.
I love that they didn't even stumble into one that was accurate by accident.
Yeah.
Like, not you couldn't even get one right on accident.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing I did want to bring up from trivia that I think is really cool is, so, like, it's pretty well noted that, like, two of the big influences on Batman Beyond are Akira and Blade Runner, and, like, I fucking love Akira, I fucking love Blade Runner. 2049 is probably the closest thing we're ever going to get to a live-action Batman Beyond movie. But, so yeah, Akira was a big influence on the series at large, but also, like, the satellite laser device thing was specifically influenced by the, like, satellite laser in Akira that chases Kaneda and, like, blows off Tetsuo's arm. And apparently, one of the directors at Studio Shinsa, who did a lot of the animation for this movie, was the key animator for that scene in Akira. And, like, he specifically was like, I need to storyboard this because I need to outdo what I did in Akira. Which I thought that's really cool. That, like, Akira's been, like, such a big thing in Batman Beyond's blood, and then, like, they literally got the guy who did the scene, for that in this movie.
One thing.
So this might get me banned from the show, but I've never actually seen Akira. It's on my list, though.
It's a good picture.
It's fine.
It's fine.
They're wrong. It's a really good picture.
No, actually,
Tim just
no. I meant it's fine that you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
And then I meant it's fine as in it's a fine movie, I guess.
I've seen that.
What one thing that that happens in this movie that it's another thing that I know the Dark Knight brings it up, and I don't see a lot of Batman material, or at least not that I can think of right off the top of my head, that does this. But that first scene in the club with Terry McGinnis fucking falling asleep in the club.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it whenever they, like, address that Batman needs to fucking sleep in all of these.
Yeah.
Some of them do it a little bit more creatively than others. This one's pretty creative.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Just in case any of those kids wondering, is being Batman a fun lifestyle? No, it's not. You gotta fucking sleep, dude.
Yeah, I've seen that, like, Terry McGinnis sleeping in the club.
Like Christian Bale's asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christian Bale's just, like, sleeping in the boardroom.
Yeah.
Wakes up at, like...
Yeah.
Batman Begins, he wakes up at, like, 3 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that, like, Terry McGinnis sleeping in the club gif a bunch of times online. It's very good.
And he wakes up, downs his milk, and starts doing push-ups. As you do. You do it in the show, too, a little bit, which I like. You know, like, Terry's always tired because he's going to school during the day. He's still failing. Like, he still has problems like Peter Parker. Like, he is still in high school, has to do his homework, forgets to do projects, doesn't study enough because he's out all night as Batman. And, you know, no one's vouching for him. It's like, oh, he's just a fucking slacker. He's not keeping up with the wrestling team, and his studies aren't doing, his grades aren't good. But he still works for Mr. Wayne.
You know, it's funny you bring up how much he's like Peter Parker, because I've always kind of interpreted Batman Beyond as the creators of Batman, the animated series, go, okay, wait. What if Batman, but actually he was Peter Parker?
A little bit.
It kind of feels like that sometimes. One thing I wanted to bring up, which is something that happens at the tail end of the movie. The two, like, female Joker's gangs members are locked up.
The DDs.
And then they get bailed out. Yeah, and then they get bailed out by their, I believe, grandma.
Nana Harley?
Yeah, Harley Quinn's nieces, right?
I interpreted that as that being Harley Quinn is alive.
Yeah.
Which is so funny. I love the idea that after Joker dies, Harley just goes, well, I guess I'll be normal now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, that was another thing in the...
Because, like, she's not crazy at all.
Yeah. That was another like change from the like uncut version to the edited version, was that the edited version had her like wearing red to make it so the kids know right away, oh, that's Harley, which I think makes more sense. It's weird, some of the like choices for the censored version make a little more sense to me. Interesting how that works.
I want to bring up kind of a funny bit that I'm thinking of right now. But Ace is in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Ace. Who doesn't love Ace?
You know, I meant to bring that up in my overall thoughts. I love that the Bat Hound has like a meaningful part in this movie.
Yeah.
You don't see the Bat Hound in shit often.
Yeah, you don't see Ace have like too big an important role a lot of the time. But
Ace is good boy.
I'm also vividly remembering the League of Super Pets movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to imagine Kevin Hart doing a voice in this movie as Ace.
Kevin Hart's Joker coming to a theater near you.
Hey, as long as it's not Joker fully ado, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. Was Kevin Hart even relevant when this movie came out? This was 2000.
No, in 2000, he was probably on the up and up. I imagine his career had started in earnest, but I doubt he had. He was. His stand-up career definitely started. Let me look up when his stand-up career.
I was gonna say, because I know like the biggest like notable thing that he did around that point was like Scary Movie 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say
until, like,
that was a couple years.
later.
That was a couple years later. 03, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first thing I ever noticed him in was probably 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, that was a
He's got
few
that
years later.
bit part. It's like one scene.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's got that bit part where he's like arguing with the dude in the I forgot even what that store, the rip off of Best Buy or Circuit City. I forgot what it's called. But yeah, when he's arguing with like, hey, how about you hook me up with this the sound system for the price of on the house? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's really fucking funny.
Okay.
That whole scene, and there are things I won't repeat, but
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
So as far as I can tell, Kevin Hart's career starts in earnest. Sorry, I went down this. He showed up in 3 episodes of the Judd Apatow sitcom, Undeclared. Which is the Judd Apatow 1-season sitcom that I think did not get. That's the Judd Apatow show that nobody's really clamoring for more of, unlike the other one.
I like
3 people that actually want that.
I'm sure it's good. But that was in 2001, and then his first movie isn't until 2002. And I'm sorry, I need you guys. So there's this movie called Paper Soldiers, which is, as far as I can tell, stars Kevin Hart as the main character. It's an urban crime comedy film from Rockefeller's film division. Rockefeller, if you don't know, is the record company that manages Jay-Z. Jay-Z apparently has a cameo in a single scene in the movie. Jay-Z also has top billing over Kevin Hart, who is the main character.
Love that.
As you do.
This is so 2002 it hurts. This is a movie that could have only come out in the 12 months after 9/11.
There we go. Speaking of so 2000s it hurts, the music video for the song that was made for this movie, Crash by Mephisto Odyssey, is the most Y2K thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. Me and my wife said, if we ever have a kid and the kid asks what were the 2000s like, we're going to show him the Mephisto Odyssey Crash music video and the movie Triple X starring Vin Diesel, and they will have the correct perception of what that time looked like.
Am I crazy? I suppose there was a Static X song on the soundtrack. Am I
so Wayne Static was the singer. Wayne Static was the singer on that song Crash.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of then.
Yeah. So is the guy from Static X.
I don't know if anyone caught my joke, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, am I nuts?
Yeah.
Because I can get nuts.
Good
Look
notes.
at nuts. Come on.
Let's get notes. With all that said, let's get into our final thoughts on Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. We'll start with Joe.
All right, my final thoughts. It's a good movie. It is one of the better straight-to-video Batman, like, animated feature-length movies. It definitely justifies being a feature-length animated straight-to-video movie, more so than some of the others do, or at least of that era. It doesn't feel like, oh, it's just an extended episode, like, and I say this with love for that one. Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
That one just kind of feels like an extended episode of the show. It didn't need to be feature length.
I really want to
still good,
like
though.
I really want to like that movie more than I do.
Yeah, it's cool.
Same.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good time. If you've never seen anything Batman Beyond, or if you have seen Batman Beyond and if you've not seen this, I would recommend it. And I will also end my final thoughts on this because I completely forgot to bring it up after Tim brought it up in his intro about him wanting more Batman Beyond. James Gunn, I love you, my guy, but you keep complaining about how every fucking Batman thing has been done under the sun, especially in film. My guy, I got a place to point you to.
Yeah.
Go do that, buddy. Please go do that.
James Gunn.
Yeah,
James Gunn.
Back to you, Tim.
James Gunn, call me. I have so many big-brained ideas about how to direct this movie, Batman Beyond, the live action. Call me. But first, Mando. Final thoughts on this film.
It's if you were to just say Batman Beyond wasn't a show but like a movie, you had the first Batman Beyond movie, which was technically the first 2 episodes. It's a two-parter pilot. You can call that the first movie, and then if that's the case, then this would be the best sequel of all time. Because if you were to watch the Batman Beyond movie and then just jump into this, it's like the best sequel of all time. But you gotta be familiar with the Batman animated series first, of course. But I love this movie. It's very nostalgic. It's got some cool ideas. If we were to see, like, finding a way to bring the Joker back with it. Yeah, I mean, I will agree with that. I didn't really touch on that when everyone else is talking about it. But yeah, it's a little far-fetched. But fuck it. It's it's enjoyable. I'll take it.
Yeah.
If I was behind it, I probably would have gone a different direction. But
it's interesting in a like sci-fi body horror kind of way.
Yeah, and if you think about it, that's what the show Batman Beyond really is. It goes very sci-fi horror. There's this episode where these like mud creatures, because this guy, I forget what it's called, but there's this guy that's like buried alive with like toxic waste, and he like lives like his skeleton and his corpse are like embedded in a rock wall, and he can just kind of control the elements and shit. It's like, what the fuck? Like, there's like some pretty wild ideas in the show Batman Beyond. So this DNA splicing thing isn't really that far-fetched if you're familiar with the show.
Yeah.
But like I said, it is a little far-fetched just as a general watcher. But I'm a huge fan of Batman in general, Batman Beyond series included. So if you're going off the show and that kind of vibe, it makes sense. It kind of fits in. But overall, man, I dig it. I think it's great seeing that look at Batman's last dance with the Joker. It's really hard hitting. I like that Barbara gets to sit in the chair for a little bit while Bruce is out of commission, kind of, the voice in Terry's ear, which is cool. I like that they go after Terry at one point.
Yeah.
Like, they went, and he even calls Bruce, he's like, "Need answers, man. They came after me, not Batman. They came after me." I'm like, "Ooh, that's fucking cool." Like, when it gets personal, it's pretty rad. It gets pretty dark in that realm. But overall, man, I fucking enjoy it, and I think it's essential watching if you're a Batman fan, and especially if you dig Batman Beyond the movie, aka Batman Beyond pilot. It's a definite follow-up watch. for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And something interesting that I found on research is like this movie was directed by Kurt Gedda, who mostly does like animated series episode directing. Like he doesn't really direct particularly many movies. But he did direct, I think, 10 episodes of Batman Beyond, including the pilot. So, like, it made sense to put him in the director chair for this, because he, directed the start of the show and knows his way around Batman Beyond. So, I just thought that was kind of interesting that, like, they got somebody who maybe isn't much of a movie director, but who has been a part of this show. So, yeah. I do.
You can tell there's a lot of TLC. Like, it wasn't a cash grab. It was like, we got a story to tell, and you can tell they love the mythology and the lore and everything. Like, it's pretty neat in that regard. It's a cool idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Last thing, I'll just want to piggyback on it real quick.
Yeah.
Tanner mentioned something about, was it Paul Dini and Bruce Timm, like it might not be their finest work. I don't know if you guys have seen the new Batman animated show that came out last year on Prime called The Caped Crusader.
I still haven't gotten around to it.
Is fucking killer. It's so fucking good, man. I'm such a huge fan of it. It's very noir-ish, and it's set in 1930s Gotham. It's a fresh take on all the material, and it's fucking killer.
Yeah, I have been wanting to watch that. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But yeah, it looks really cool. So I definitely am planning to watch that at some point.
Definitely worth a watch, man.
All right. 10. Final thoughts.
I think Batman Beyond Return of the Joker is a great pulpy Batman story. It's Batman Beyond arguably at its best. The cast is dynamite. They're giving great performances all around. It's really well animated. It has some awesome animated sequences. That flashback sequence is gnarly. And Paper Soldiers received really negative reviews when it came out. Back to you, Tim.
Good point. Good point. All right, my final thoughts. Batman Beyond Return of the Joker is an excellent film in the DC animated universe. It was a solid, first foray into feature-length filmmaking for Batman Beyond, and God willing, we'll get more someday in the future. Like, now that Conroy has sadly passed, I think if they do, go back to animation with Batman Beyond, I think they should completely recast it, because I think Will Friedle without Conroy would just feel wrong. But I think there's still plenty you could do with that for future projects in the animated realm, or non-animated. You could do a really cool live action movie with Batman Beyond. You could do a really cool video game. There's so much that you could do with just Batman Beyond's sort of sandbox, and yet they just will not let us play in it. And I think that's fucked up. But I'm glad we have this movie. I'm glad that it's pretty easily accessible in its originally intended form now. You can get the Blu-ray. I think it's streaming on Max, it's HBO Max now. They changed it again right after I got used to calling it Max. Yeah, you can buy the Blu-ray, you can stream it. It's pretty accessible and just a generally good time.
It oddly just got taken off Max because I have it on Blu-ray and DVD, and I was not wanting to. I was lazy. I didn't want to get up, but they put it off Max. But they did put it on Prime.
Interesting.
I watched it on Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty accessible.
You would think they'd own their own shit, all their shit.
Yeah, Warner Brothers is having a day. The last few years.
Boy, are they.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the Netflix thing. But Yeah, Batman Beyond, really cool. Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, also really cool. You know what else is really cool? You, the person watching / listening to this episode of Bomb Squad Matinee. Thank you for tuning in. Mando, thank you for coming on to the show. You were an excellent guest.
Oh, thanks for having. I appreciate it. And like I said, any excuse to talk about Batman and movies in general, I'm always in.
Yeah, for sure.
So thanks for having.
Yeah. Do you want to talk more about your plugs? Talk about that feature film?
Yeah, we got Reaper Road, written and directed by moi, cut by Mr. Tim Sullivan. We are starring Jackie Kelly of St. Louis horror fame.
Mm-hmm.
With killer effects done by Mr. Logan Cole. I can fucking plug the whole casting crew because everyone's fucking epic. Yeah, we finished shooting the movie off and on for about 2.5, 3 years, and then we're finally done. Picture locked. We are, after the new year, we are moving into sound mixing and visual effects and color and music. We will be premiering late spring, early summer of 26. Follow me for more news on that. I'm on Instagram. Handle is L_Mandalorian. EL_Mandalorian.
Hell yeah.
You heard it here first.
Absolutely. Yeah. Reaper Road has been a labor of love, but I'm really excited that we have a picture locked. This was my first time lead editing a feature film, so this was a huge undertaking for me. But I was so excited to, be sort of the third, because you in film school I kind of heard that there's like 3 storytellers in a movie. Like the first one is the writer, the second one's the director, and the third one's the editor. And you were the first 2, so I was happy to be number 3 in that chain. Yeah. And sort of bring your vision to the screen.
Yeah, I'm pretty moved that I was your first.
Yeah, absolutely. Never forget your first. Yeah, no, I'm super excited for people to finally see this movie. Yeah. Super excited for people to see this movie next year. If you are in the St. Louis area, definitely check it out when it starts screening. If you are not in the St. Louis area, then check it out when it hits streaming. Or if it goes to festivals outside of St. Louis. Who knows? But we'll let you know. In any case, thank you for tuning into this episode. If you are listening on the audio platforms, please give us a review, give us a thumbs up, give us 5 stars, tell us how we're doing, tell us what you thought of the episode. If you are watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Leave a comment below, let us know. What do you think of Batman Beyond? What do you think of Batman Beyond Return of the Joker? Is it your favorite of the animated Batman movies? Should they make more Batman Beyond? The answer is yes, but comment below and let us know. And while you're down there, hit the like button if you like the video, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, and hit the bell icon to get updates when we upload stuff. And if you want to support us further, check out our Patreon. We got 2 tiers. The $5 tier gets you access to commentary tracks, and the $10 tier gets you a shout out at the end of the episode. So, many thanks to Tanya Kraft. We appreciate your continued patronage of the channel. And if you want to give us money in another way...
And remember, never rub another man's revolver.
Correct. If you want to give us money in another way, we got a merch store, bombsquadproductions.shop. We have shirts, we got hoodies, we got posters, we got stickers, we got magnets, we got things. Go check out our things and buy them if you wish to do so. We get money, you get thing. It's a good transaction. Everybody wins. So yeah, that's all our stuff for tonight, and be sure to tune in next week for a Joe hosted episode. Joe, what are we talking about next week?
So yeah, in honor of me turning 30, We are going to be talking about one of my all-time favorite movies. It's a movie I owe a lot to, but also a movie that owes me tuition money because it was the movie that kickstarted the idea of me going to film school. We're talking about Turbo Kid next week, aka Predator Badlands, but without the Predator.
Turbo Kid. I thought we were talking about Power Rangers Turbo. What the fuck?
You got some time. You got to figure that out, Tanner. You're gonna need to watch that at some point.
With all that said, this has been our episode on Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. Thank you once again for tuning in. And remember, never rub another man's rhubarb. Farewell.
Bye.
Bye.
That ain't coming out of my allowance.
They slid my ticket across the table and I said, sorry guys, I gotta see about a girl.